Andor Season 2 brought back a familiar face from Rogue One, director Orson Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn. But this return came with one very specific request from the actor, and it ended up making both the show and his original movie role stronger. Mendelsohn didn't just agree to reprise his role without terms. He asked the creators to pump up the volume on Krennic's character, and they listened. In an interview on Late Night with Seth Meyers, Mendelsohn revealed he was excited to return to Star Wars, but with one key demand. He wanted Krennic to have a bigger impact in Andor. Unlike in Rogue One, where his screen time was limited by the fast-paced plot, Mendelsohn wanted his return to give the character more weight and intensity. The request was approved by Andor showrunner Tony Gilroy, and it completely changed how Krennic was portrayed in the series. Even though he only appeared in a few scenes, his presence was stronger, sharper, and much more intimidating than before. In Rogue One, Krennic was more of a mid-level villain, still dangerous, but often overshadowed by higher-ups like Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader. He was ambitious, but constantly put in his place, which sometimes made him feel like a stepping stone for other characters. But Andor changed all of that. In Andor Season 2, Krennic is seen at the height of his power. He's no longer reporting to Vader or Tarkin. Instead, he's near the top of the Imperial chain and behaves like it. He dominates every room he enters, often lording his authority over other Imperial officers, especially Dedra Meero. This made Krennic a far more dangerous and memorable villain. What makes this even more interesting is how it redefines Krennic's role in Rogue One. By showing us how powerful and arrogant he was just before the events of the film, Andor creates a contrast. We now see why his fall in Rogue One is so satisfying. Watching someone who once felt unstoppable get put in his place makes his downfall more impactful. His arc now feels like a full-circle moment. In Andor, he's on top. In Rogue One, he's losing control, and eventually, he loses everything. Andor also makes Krennic more hateful than ever. In the series, he's shown with no empathy, especially during the Gorman massacre. He sees people as obstacles or tools, and that ruthless attitude makes viewers despise him in a deeper way than before. He's not just a power-hungry bureaucrat. He's cold, calculated, and dangerous, everything a great villain should be. Ben Mendelsohn's simple request to pump up the volume gave Star Wars fans a stronger, scarier version of Orson Krennic. It not only improved his character in Andor, but also added new depth to his story in Rogue One. With just a few powerful scenes, Andor reminded us why Krennic is one of the most compelling villains in the Star Wars universe.